Hi, welcome to our gardening tips video series. I am Monica Fleur, and let's talk aphids. Aphids are tiny insects that suck the sap from leaves and plants. Aphids are harmless in small numbers, but they can rapidly multiply into huge populations and damage the leaves and plants they're feeding on. Identifying and learning how to control aphids is a necessary gardening skill. Aphid infestations can lead to damaged leaves, stunted plant growth, and mold, all of which can harm the plant. In a best-case scenario, aphids will ruin the aesthetic appeal of landscaping by destroying the leaves on plants. In a worst-case scenario, an aphid infestation may cause damage to plants, stunting growth, or destroying the ability to produce fruit and flowers and kill the plant. Here are some basics regarding aphids. Aphids are most active in warm or hot temperatures and often cause the most damage to plants in late spring and early fall. Aphids can infest all types of plants, and new growth can be especially vulnerable, often found on roses, vegetables, fruits, annuals, and many trees. Aphids primarily infest non-woody blooming plants such as zinnias, dahlias, cosmos, and aster. Aphids produce and excrete a sugary waste called honeydew. Ants milk the honeydew from the aphids. During an aphid infestation, there may be large amounts of honeydew left on plants, including any surfaces lying beneath a plant. Even a car may be covered if it's parked under an infested tree. Honeydew is not dangerous, but it can be a nuisance. It attracts ants, yellow jackets, and other bugs that feed on it. Here are some tips in identifying aphids. Aphids have a distinctive pear-like shape with antennae. One unique feature aphids boast are their two tails, or cornicles, found at the end of their bellies. This characteristic is very distinct to them and makes it easier to separate them from other insects. In terms of size, their minute stature ranging between 2 to 4 millimeters or 1/16 to 1/18 inches makes them somewhat difficult to notice unless you're examining your plant meticulously. However, when they form large colonies, they're like a blanket on the leaves, making their presence much more noticeable. It's typical to find aphids feasting in sizable groups. Their color and size may vary. Aphids may be green, yellow, black, red, and gray hues, dependent upon their species, sex, and diet. Aphids don't typically possess wings, however, amazingly, when the population grows and the plant nutrients deplete, some of them sprout wings. These flying aphids embark on new journeys aiming to colonize different plants. Lastly, the younger aphids, known as nymphs, mirror the adults in appearance, but are just smaller in size. With growth, they shed their exoskeletons on leaves. Spotting these white skins could be a sign that aphids have made your plants their home. The importance of controlling aphids lies in the damage they can inflict on plants. Their onset is sudden, and if found on one plant, is a sure sign other plants are also infested. An aphid infestation can result in discolored, twisted, or wilted leaves, limiting plant growth and blooming. Some aphids carry plant viruses and can infect plants when they bite into them. Viruses like cucumber mosaic virus infects annuals, perennials, and many types of vegetables. Sooty mold fungus can grow on honeydew deposits and turn the plant leaves black. The mold isn't harmful to the plant or tree, but it is unsightly and distracts from the plant appearance. Controlling the pests will help eliminate plant damage. Luckily, there are many good choices. Spray with water. A strong stream of water from a garden hose can knock aphids off plants. Spraying the undersides of leaves is important, as aphids like to hide there. Use neem oil. Spray the neem oil onto your plants and leaves. Neem oil interferes with their growth cycle and suffocates the aphids. Products such as Bon Neem or all-season spray oil are excellent options. Use insecticidal soap. Spray plants entirely to coat the insects. A product called Insect Super Soap is a great choice. Bonide insecticidal soap spray, Bonide horticultural oil, and Bonide neem oil solution can all be safely used outside, posing a lesser threat to beneficial wildlife. Incorporate plants that deter aphids. Consider growing dill, fennel, cilantro, chives, and peppermint close to susceptible plants, either in pots or directly in your garden soil. Leverage nature's helpers for garden pest control. Certain birds, for example, feed on the eggs of aphids. Ladybugs, lacewings, and parasitic wasps will do serious damage to aphid populations. Sometimes, for plants that are heavily infested, just carefully pinch off the stem to remove pests from the plant. Aphid populations can explode. Mostly female, each capable of producing 40 to 60 aphids asexually reproduce in a 20 to 30-day cycle. A few aphids can become hundreds of thousands on one plant in weeks. Regularly checking and treating plants helps prevent loss from aphid infestations. Thank you for viewing this gardening tips video. Feel free to share this video and all your ideas with our Tusca Ridge Garden Club.